Is down in the basement. I'm just saying, you won't make all that dump noise.
I don't
I
keep.
swear that hooker was dead when I put her in the closet.
All right, welcome to Foreign Domestic. How's everyone doing? Ignore our little conversation there. I have no idea what they were talking about. I hope everyone had a great, fantastic Christmas. Um, I'll be jumping in and out. I got Jamie sitting back there as well, so we'll be jumping back and forth a little bit. Uh, but let's get it started off right. Daniel, if you would, sir.
Hi. Thanks for having me on tonight. Oh, you want me to say the pledge?
Yeah.
Yeah, Baboso.
Okay, so I've been doing this since I was 6 years old. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Gentlemen, start your chat.
America.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Alan, you got to start off right, brother.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Glad to see people jumping in day after the great Christmas. According to the YouTube participants list, we've got the bearded gizzard Gary out there, Gun Hobo, Gunpowder Beauty, Jason Stewart, JH586 out in the wings. We got Kingpin out there, the Lead Bullet Junkie, Mr. Reloading from the Hot Pot. Thoughts of an Old Soldier, Tim S. Kyle out there. Not sure if I said Jason Stewart, but Edward Petty, Garage Guy 879. And the list is growing and growing. That's great to see. Andy 79Z28 and Mark Thomas. Yep. And that special viewer that comes in every week, the YouTube auditor, go eat a bowl of dicks.
Awesome. Good deal. Good deal. So, Battle Bean, how are you, man? Did you have a good Christmas? How's the family?
Hey, I'm doing great, man. Family was great. Having everybody here was good. You know, we had those annoying relatives you only see once a year, and there's a reason why you only see them once a year. They were here, thank God. Bye. So it was great. Nah, man, just thankful and happy that Christmas is over. But you know, we still got one more holiday to go. But for the most part, I've been happy. I'm glad everybody in my family's doing well, and I hope everybody had a great Christmas. That's all I got.
Awesome. Good deal, man. Val, how you doing, brother? How was your Christmas?
My Christmas was excellent. Gained about 10 pounds eating all the food. I got to thank my daughter for
Yes, we can tell.
present. Look who's talking, Mr. Potato Head. So yeah, it was good. You know, I got my goddaughter over here staying for the next 2 weeks. Just feels great. Family together. My son's home from college, so yeah, we're doing good.
Awesome. Good deal. Matt, how about you, man? How are you doing? I know you had an exciting time and a good story there on your movies.
I've had a blast. I've done almost nothing for 4 days. I went out Thursday and zeroed a new scope. Outside of that, I've done almost nothing since Thursday morning. But yeah, I got to watch the best Christmas movie ever on Christmas Eve, which is, of course, Die Hard. Followed that up with Galaxy Quest. Followed that up with the original Ghostbusters. So covering all the bases there. And other than that, I've just been like watching a lot of YouTube and doing a bunch of nothing else.
Good deal, man. Yeah, it's good to get a little bit of time off. I got done Thursday. I got to go back in tonight, but you know, it happens.
I'm not. One thing that did happen since last time I talked to you, you notice I'm not in my normal room. It's because there's a 4-foot split in the ceiling of the room because I had a roof leak. a couple weeks ago, and the roof's coming in, my ceiling's coming in, and so everything's out of that room. What's left in there is covered in blankets and sheets, waiting to hear back from an insurance company.
Well, you had actually showed us a couple of minor discolorization spots in your ceiling. I didn't realize it was. It
Yeah,
didn't
we
seem like it
were
was
all
gonna be that
wondering
big of a
if it
deal.
was gonna. We were all wondering if it was gonna be a good leak or not.
I didn't realize it rains enough in Arizona to cause a leak in the roof.
It does rain occasionally here, yes. Yeah, I considered just taking care of it myself or calling a drywall guy, but if I can get insurance company to pay for it, even better.
Yep. Well, hopefully, if you got good insurance, they'll let you pick who's doing the work. I know that can kind of be finicky sometimes. Daniel, how you doing, man? You have a good Christmas? You feeling better?
Apparently, he doesn't want us to hear what he's talking about.
Whatever. I wasn't expecting to get nailed again so early. Yeah, I've been sick and I'm still pretty lethargic and kind of slow on the power curve. The most excitement that I had, the guy that was the best friend of my wedding, he came over today. Heck, he started subscribing to me. He ran across my channel. He didn't even know I had a YouTube channel, but he went out and bought the CZ Shadow 2, his first CZ. And the key thing of it came between a CZ or a Glock, but he was out there doing a comparison between the two, and he ran across this video of 10 Glock malfunctions in under 5 minutes. So he comes over with the Shadow 2. But yeah, that's my excitement.
Jamie, how was your Christmas, good sir? Well, maybe he doesn't want us to hear what he has to say either.
Unmute, brother. Unmute.
Yeah, that's going around today, huh? We're all kind of in a fog still, and yeah. Anyway, wife and I back last Wednesday both tested positive for COVID, so our Christmas has been indoors, and yeah. So I mean, we can go outside, we just can't go to the store or anything, and it kind of crimped our style as far as thanks, Jason, as far as visiting with family and having family over. But you know, my kids had already been here and had been exposed and had it and already over it. So we just had our kids and here, and so I got a Lyman powder measure scale dispenser from Willie Bullet Man. My son Jay bought me a brand new black Yamaha guitar, and my wife bought me a Harbor Freight drill press, and we're going to use that on some shotgun shells and bullet molds and that kind of stuff. So I'm set up for a while. I got more work than I can get done now. So thanks. I hope all y'all had a good Christmas and treasure that time with your family, because just don't know how many more we're going to have. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, it was a good Christmas for me as well. Ended up getting spending some time with the girlfriend and the kids and just the rest of the families, and ended up getting a Makita drill that's going to work great for that Gerard Tri-Way trimmer, amongst a number of other things. Got an opportunity to shoot a Ruger American pistol caliber carbine takedown. And this one was actually won by my mother's husband he bought a used toolbox off the Snap-on truck and ended up winning the rifle, winning the pistol caliber carbine. And it's all decked out in American flag. Sweet takedown little PCC. It's it kind of makes me want to go pick one up. It was a little bit heavier than I anticipated it to be, but it's not bad. But straight out of the box, the thing was throwing lead real straight, and just ran like a champ. Just mag after mag after mag. It just kept going. Didn't do anything to it. He pulled it straight out of the box, and we dumped quite a few rounds through it. So that was a good time. Enjoyed myself doing that.
Christmas guns are always fun.
Especially free Christmas guns. He was pretty blown away. He's never won anything like that before. Spends quite a bit of money on the tool trucks, but has never actually won anything like that before. And it was like, holy crap! You actually won the Ruger PCC, and man, I dug it. I liked it a lot.
What caliber? 9?
Not in 9mm.
Yeah.
And you can't. The thing feels like you're shooting a 22. It's butter smooth. There's no rise to it at all. It really, honestly, it feels like you're shooting a 22 Marlin, just with a little bit more weight. Told him, you should probably give that to me. I have a whole bunch of those magazines that'll fit it.
All right, we got topics for tonight or what?
You should know better.
Okay, I'm gonna throw it right out there. What's the difference between Alan's B Pro's glasses and his girlfriend?
Between my glasses and what?
And your girlfriend?
He's got the glasses on his nose more than his girlfriend.
His glasses don't mind sitting on his face.
Sort of. No. His girlfriend sits a little lower on his face.
You don't know Alan.
You clearly don't know his girlfriend either.
Well, they say that 20 minutes a day sitting on a bearded man's face makes your life a lot better.
Yeah.
Let's go, Brandon. Oh, let's go, Brandon. Indeed. I'm like, you're a fucking idiot. He's
Yeah,
just insulting you.
The guy that made that phone call had some sort of balls.
Yeah, he's got serious balls. And then he's got the balls to say, he goes, oh, I didn't mean no ill will with that. They're like, come on, dog. You know damn right that's what you did. That's the whole point.
He got in trouble for that one.
You know there's a Secret Service knocking on his door.
Why?
Sir, you're not supposed to make any rude comments against the president. Hey, I didn't tell him I was gonna fucking kill the motherfucker.
Yeah. Let's go, Brandon. I agree. I'm like, oh my
I'm like, what? No, what I like the most is his wife's face. She's like, oh my god.
And he just goes, yeah, that Brandon's one heck of a guy.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, listen, the whole world's laughing at our president, so why shouldn't we?
Oh, they're laughing at their puppet.
Yeah. No, and it's funny because like the whole thing with that other gentleman that called Kamala Harris and asked him who the hell is really running the who's running the country. Is it Joe Biden? And she got all fucking pissy real quick. She's like, oh my god, I can't believe you starting to sound like a Republican. I'm like, no, that's a legit question from anybody. Everybody wants to know who the hell's running this goddamn country, man. Because sure sounds like that motherfucker.
And that guy is a freaking liberal Democrat.
You
Mm-hmm.
folks need to be scared as shit. I mean, our country's enemies, as far as the nuclear option, there is no time like now getting in a first strike.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
nobody
Well-
wants that shit because that's a double-edged sword.
Not so much with Joe Biden and Kamala in there.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah, and honestly, I think also General Austin or that guy that's the Secretary of Defense, he ain't worth the shit either. He's a yes man. So yeah, you're probably right.
You got the woke. I mean, they're teaching woke classes for force feeding them in the military.
I went to a gun show last weekend at our expo center, and out front there was people with clipboards to sign in support of ex-political candidates, right, that are running against Democrats here in Arizona. And the guy says, I'm signing my name. I don't give a shit. I'm signing my name. And the guy is like, only sign it once. I was like, no. I was like, voting multiple times is a Democrat thing. Like everybody that was around me, just a roar of laughter.
I mean, it's true, man. Predominantly, Arizona's been a predominantly red state. All of a sudden, it's a blue state. Nah, I don't.
not
buy
only
that.
that, didn't the county had like a highest number of votes?
The county that won Biden the presidency was also what the news called the Trumpiest county in the nation. Not in Arizona. In the entire country, it was a higher percentage of Trump voters in that county than in any other county in the United States. All of a sudden, over a 4-year period of time, they turned solid blue.
Well, yes, of course they do, because you got a lot of cemeteries over there.
I don't know, man. It's and you know what really pisses me off about all this, man, is that it's making it seem like our vote really doesn't count, man.
Yep.
And if your vote doesn't count, people are not going to show up, you know, as much as they want to.
See, the thing is your vote does count. your vote does count. It just counts like 20 times.
If you're Democrat.
Yeah, if you're
And if you're
Democrat.
dead.
Yeah.
How many build back better hats did you see out there? The only BBB sticker I seen was from a Better Business Bureau. Compare that to all the freaking red hats and mega hats.
I have not seen, and I know the people exist, right? I'm not stupid, but of everywhere I've been, all the people I've talked to, if you look at different Twitter feeds, like the mayor of Tucson, she's a piece of work. She's a left-wing activist. She hung a Black Lives Matter banner on our tallest building downtown. I mean, that tells you who she is. But you look at like every news feed for Arizona and Tucson news publications on Twitter. You look at like her Twitter feed. You look at Ducey, our governor. Look at his Twitter feed. And you go around and talk to anybody. There's nobody that likes Joe Biden. Like there's not even before they took away the dislike, the thumbs down button. Anybody recall all like the CNN videos and coronavirus videos and MSNBC videos and White House live streams had like a 5-to-1 ratio of dislikes. That's what everything is here in Arizona. Yet that dude won.
No, that's it. They're gonna hide everything they can to keep the lie going.
And you know what really pisses me off about all this stuff that's going on is that all these what do they call those people? The guys that are in charge of the voting. Is it the um, I forgot the voting electors or whatever the hell it is. Most of these people don't do any damn research, and they rather just go with what the numbers are showing instead of actually doing some research and figuring out where the cracks were. You know, the electors or whatever the hell it was. You know,
Well, unfortunately, you still got a lot of people out there that, well, my parents voted Democrat, so I'm voting Democrat. You still got a lot of that out there too. So, because again, these people don't do research, they don't look at this stuff. They just go, well, I've always voted Democrat my whole life or whatever, and just continue to do so.
Yeah, but you also have to understand that there's, even if they had like a smoking gun, let's say the Giuliani would have smoking gun with a undeniable proof of voter suppression and counterfeit votes and all that, it still wouldn't get out. It still would get squashed because they would literally undermine the voting system altogether. Right now, people like people like us, we know they cheated. We just can't prove it or whatever. But then it will completely undermine the democratic system.
Well,
in this country.
they're undermining themselves anyway. You look at some of these videos that are coming. All right, so you got the Let's Go Brandon one there. You also got the VP that said 220 million Americans have died of coronavirus, which is total bullshit. That's 2/3 of the country. Pretty sure 2/3 of the country is not dead.
There's only 300 million in the country, and 200. How many? 230 million's died.
She said 220, and the country right now, I believe, is like 333 or something like that.
Jeez.
So
yeah, somebody doesn't unless all those were illegal aliens. I don't know.
Well, I was really glad to hear that the Supreme Court is going to end up taking up the vaccine mandates.
Okay, so that's an excellent topic. Let me ask you this. I want to know everyone's opinion right now. Do you have any faith in the Supreme Court?
Hell no. Nope, because they're all fucking biased just as much as every damn congressman over there. They're all full of shit. They will turn the law into however they justify it, and unfortunately, that's just the way it is nowadays.
I lost my faith in it when they're playing politics. When one side's unhappy, if their party's not at least half of it, and then another party gets control of it. One goes conservative, one goes liberal. The Supreme Court should be non-political whatsoever.
Yeah, if the Supreme Court was about justice and Supreme Court was about the Constitution, then it wouldn't matter which party got to put judges in.
Bow wow.
Yeah, shut up. He's been an asshole all day. But
come on, let's see him.
Yeah, fucking dog is like
Draco.
Look, man.
Draco.
Meow.
Draco. Draco. Come here. Come here.
Yeah.
Oh, look, it's a Spuzz McKenzie dog.
Yep.
Named after a Dracula dragon.
Named after an AK.
There you go.
It's Spuzz McKenzie.
Yeah, really effective for only about that far.
I was glad to hear they're taking the case, but I don't have any faith in them whatsoever. I mean, you look at all the stuff they've done lately, I got zero faith in them.
Yep.
Well, it shouldn't really even go into the case. Like, I mean, we're talking about a fucking a glorified flu and a vaccine that it's not a vaccine.
Well, it shouldn't even be a case in the first place because it's against the Nuremberg Code and it's against the Constitution. It violates all our rights.
I mean, right now you still have my body, my choice. You got the Texas passing. They got the abortion laws and all that. So it should be pretty much the same story. and it doesn't really matter what the severity of the virus is. I mean, bottom line is it's still a experimental drug, so it's really up to you if you want to take it or not.
Gunpowder beauty. Can we just get a constitutional conservative candidate that is not that too much to ask for? Yes. And I say that because if they're truly a constitutional conservative, that means they would be obligated to work themselves out of a job. And you're never going to find any politician willing to do that.
Hey, you know what? Trey Gowdy did. Trey Gowdy said, "Hey, I did my time. I'm out. Peace."
Mario, can you name anything Trey Gowdy actually did?
He was part of the Arms Committee.
Yeah, but can you name anything he actually, other than putting on a really good show on TV when arguing with people, can you name anything that he did?
No.
Yeah, exactly right. He didn't do a goddamn like guys like Trey Gowdy.
Well, let me ask you this: when's the last freaking governor? Senator or congressperson ever done anything for this fucking country?
No.
All they do over there is scratch their balls and fucking come up with bullshit legislation, or they all pile up and posse up and say, "Oh, let's go with this bill," And then you get somebody like Joe Manchin is like who actually, gives a shit about the country, and all of a sudden says, "No, you're not gonna go for that shit."
Well, that's the thing. Look at the spending, and it's not. No, they keep talking about the way we spend. It's not me, you, Daniel. It's the way the fucking government spends money. What is it? Fucking X amount of every fucking hour. It's ridiculous.
Hey, now but Ballberg made AOC cry.
Now you got Elon Musk. What is he supposed to be paying like $11 billion in taxes for 2021? No, imagine how much money he did make. And even that $11 billion would only run the government for like fucking 2 weeks or some shit like that. So we got a spending problem.
The way they take money, it wouldn't even run it for 2 weeks. You'd be lucky it runs it for 2 days.
You can't have a fucking all these congressmen and getting paid almost $200,000 a fucking year, plus they get a budget for the staff and this and that. So now you got all these people that don't do shit. They don't produce anything. Then on top of it, you got the whole fucking Wall Street bullshit that I don't believe for a second. You got again people buying and selling shit that does not exist. Again. They're not really creating any jobs. They're not really creating anything. And then it boils down to the guys like us that actually build shit and work, but we don't matter.
All right, let's take this comment, for example. So Walter is exactly right. Anytime you get someone that stands up and says something, they start getting called names and put in sections of who they may be, an extremist, a racist, this, that, the other. It happens constantly. We all do. We're all extremists. We're all, blah, blah, blah. It happens all the fucking time. That's why there's very few that actually stand up and say anything. We do have a few that actually do. Whether they actually fully believe what they're saying, I don't know. There's no way to really tell that. But we do have a few that actually stand up. Like out here in Ohio, we got Jim Jordan. Jim Jordan is probably one of the best people I've seen out this way in years as far as government goes. He's willing to stand up, willing to ask the questions, willing to push and fight for things. But again, they're few and far between.
During the 2016 election, I told people that I would have actually been willing to vote for Kasich for president, because I don't know how he was after I left Ohio, but when I still lived in Ohio, and mind you, I'm pretty much a 2-issue voter, guns and the border. That's about it. There wasn't a pro 2A bill that Kasich never signed, at least while I lived there.
Well, and see, Kasich ran on the fact that he supported guns, and he'd said for years that he would put through constitutional carry, he would do this, he would do that, and nothing. In fact, he actually ended up putting bills in place that started to limit firearm stuff out here as well. Right before he left, because he knew he was getting up ready to go, and then he was going to put another rhino was going to jump in play, which is who we have now.
It's my understanding, and maybe this is outdated a little bit, but isn't constitutional carry up for a vote again?
It is. It's up for a vote right now.
Okay.
It passed in Pennsylvania, and Pennsylvania governor vetoed it.
Yeah, that was something Kasich never did. Like when there was something like that came up, as soon as it hit his desk, he signed off on it. When it came to pro-gun stuff, which I liked.
Yeah, he waited to the end of his time before he started trying to push back on it, which is what he did.
Well,
I even met the man. I met him back, what was that, 2012, I think it was. I met him at the store opening. And he seemed like a good guy, nice guy. He was all about Pro 2A, the whole 9 yards. And then at the end of it, when he was done, he started signing stuff, making it more difficult for us.
yeah, he put through this one proposition that went up for a vote, and he touted it, and everybody else touted it. It's about farmers and farmlands. To have farmers have the total say in how farms are to be run. Well, no farmers went onto the board of the panel. It was all college professors and stuff like that. I mean, they passed it. They put college professors and toadies in there. And the first thing that happened, taxes on land and farms around here went up 600%. That was the first thing they did. Ooh, farmers aren't paying enough taxes.
Yep. I don't know if you guys have ever worked on a farm, but I have. I spent a long time on a farm, and you don't make a whole lot of money as a farmer.
No, in most cases you're just breaking even. You know, you're only like I know a lot of my friends here are farmers. I mean, literally, you drive 10 minutes from my house is freaking farmland. So I know some of the issues that they go through. I think the biggest issue that we got going on here in California is a water issue, because you know they restrict farmers on how much water they can get for their crops. So then they're yanking freaking crops out of the ground because they only give them so much groundwater so they can use for their crops, and that's really sad to see, man. You know, right now the farmers getting screwed every chance they get, man. That's why in reality you're gonna start seeing, you know, the basic stuff that you guys pay for, you know, especially fruits and vegetables. It's gonna be sky high, man. It's gonna be to the point that, you know, then you're really gonna justify getting rid of the shithead that's right now in the office, because I think inflation is gonna go to an all-time high with this guy. I just think that it's not getting any better.
It already is.
Yeah,
Inflation already is all-time high.
It's the highest it's been in, what was it, like 70 years or something like that?
Highest since World War II.
I believe I read somewhere the other day that the U.S. inflation is the highest in the world right now.
Yep.
But see, here's my thing too.
Yep, in the slightest.
You also have 100 fucking cargo ships right off fucking Long Beach in LA. Been waiting there for fucking months.
Well, and again, this whole food shortage and all this other stuff shortage, it's a forced shortage.
Yes, exactly. Because I'll be honest with you, if that was the case, if somebody else was in office, they would have utilized every resource they got in this country, from bringing more people in, having people fucking work 24-hour operations, to bring the military. I mean, it don't fucking matter. You got to get the shit done. You got to get the shit done.
If it was that big an issue for them, they literally would have brought the National Guard in to help.
Not only that, but then another fucking broken promise that shithead made was that people were going to have their goods and services by Christmas. There's still fucking 100 goddamn ships out there in fucking Long Beach and LA Harbor. So he's so full of shit
They don't
It's kind
care, man. Like I said, this is a forced thing to where they've been planning this and forcing it on people. Same thing with like you were just talking about the water out there, limiting
Mhm.
water. Why limit water? Because now you're limiting the crops. Now we're having a forced shortage again.
Hey, and places can't get people to go to work no more. McDonald's around here are now paying their employees $21 an hour to start.
That's more than I make doing a skilled trade.
Yeah, I mean, literally, it's crazy. Where I work, they are literally hiring brand new people in at about $20 an hour, and a lot of that money comes out of my pay because we get profit sharing, and they literally took our profit sharing to help pay for all these new people coming in.
Matt, I was in a bind on a job. I wound up hiring this. I guess they were Guatemalans, two guys. Two guys. I mean, they did come with the tools on the truck. One of them spoke English. Another one didn't really know a whole lot. $600 a day. That's what if we can get around here nowadays.
Yeah.
And when I wrote him a check and wrote Jose on the check, the first thing he asked if he's got to pay taxes on it. I'm like, look at the fucking check. It just says Jose. That's it. Just go cash the fucking check or whatever.
Well, speaking of ships and the military and all that, just ran across this post here that a U.S. Navy combat ship deployed to intercept drug trafficking in the Caribbean and East Pacific is stuck in the port at Guantanamo Bay, Cuba, with a coronavirus outbreak among its fully vaccinated crew.
Yep. Yep, this shit's getting old, man. It's been old. It was old from the get-go.
Well, we've got over 750,000 registered sex offenders, and they don't have to carry a card with them because it is a violation of their privacy. But yet OSHA is going to try and dictate that I carry a card with me that says if I've gotten the shot or not. And if I don't, then I'm going to have to test every week, and I'm still going to have to be wearing a mask at
How
work. And
how does a child molester not have some sort of label or have to carry a card? I mean, they did the crime. They should be.
yep, and they have to register and all that, but they don't have to carry some type of registered card on them. But yet they're trying to make the registration card for the shot so mandatory across the board that you can't do anything. I mean, even some restaurants won't let you in unless you show them your Vax card.
So
You
this
know
may
what?
be-
A lot of that shit is just propaganda with the media. Because my wife went down to the city with my daughter a couple of weeks ago for the mass. After the mass, they went to a restaurant for the brunch, lunch, whatever. And there was no questions. Nobody asked them to wear the mask. Nobody asked them for any cards. None of that. I was just at the movies today for the new Spider-Man movie with my son and my goddaughter. And same thing, Connecticut has a mandate for the masks, supposedly. But you know what? We walked in, nobody said a word. They sold us tickets, sold us popcorn. We went, we sat down, we watched the movie. We walked out. I was kind of amazed. I was waiting outside for my son and my goddaughter, and literally 3/4 of the people that walked out of the movies had the mask on, when I'm 100% sure they were sitting in the seats without the goddamn mask on, eating the popcorn, you know. Then another thing is we went to church yesterday, right? And I would say it was probably half and half, mask and unmask. Meantime, the mask people had no problem a freaking priest sticking the goddamn thing in their mouth with his fingers. So it's like, really, you at the mass with the mask on, but you got no problem with this? So a lot of it is just the way the media is pushing all this shit, trying to keep us divided, trying to keep us like mask and no
Well,
mask. You know?
when it comes to HIPAA, Walter, yeah, they HIPAA used to be able to protect you from your employer. Nope, they rewrote HIPAA for it. And now it's completely fine for your employer or anybody else to ask.
Yeah, like now they can actually ask you if you've been vaccinated or not. Technically, that used to fall under HIPAA guidelines that you could not be asked any medical stuff like that. Um, and right now, like the biggest issue that I got going on in my job is, they're kind of like waiting to see what we're gonna do with this whole vaccine stuff. And if they force it on everybody else, I see like half of my staff quitting because of this stuff. Because they straight out say, I'm not going to let anybody tell me what I need to do with my body. And I still feel it's an individual right, man. If you want to get a vaccine because somehow that makes you safe, by all means. But I think it should not be mandated and it should not be forced upon anybody. That's
Well, one, they need to stop calling it a vaccine. It's not a vaccine, it's a shot. It's like the flu shot. It's not a flu vaccine. It doesn't stop the spread of it. It doesn't prevent the contagion. It doesn't do anything other than lower your symptoms when you do get it. If it even does that.
Well, that's the whole idea. Even if you're listening to commercials, they used to say, "Oh, get a vaccine, stop the spread, blah 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 blah. It helps." Now they're still pushing for the vaccine, but they kind of stop calling it vaccine. Now they combine flu shot with the COVID-19, so they kind of call it a shot.
And it's like, okay, go ahead, get the COVID shot. More power to you.
They're not saying that.
They can't. They don't mandate the flu shot. It does the same exact thing a flu shot does with the flu. They don't mandate the flu shot. So why the hell are they mandating a COVID shot and making you carry papers to prove that you've had this shot? Is absolutely ridiculous. And I'm on that same page, Mario. There's going to be a mass amount of people in my facility that are going to say, go eat a bowl of dicks. We'll go over to McDonald's and start working and get the same amount of money. People are going to walk out and just be like, you know what? Screw you. But getting OSHA involved with all of this, that's so low ball scumball shit. And forcing OSHA to go, oh, okay, well, if your staff hasn't gotten the shot, can't prove it, then they're gonna have to test every damn week.
What does OSHA got anything to do with the vaccine? Their whole thing is about safety and workplace safety. That has nothing to do.
And that's what it's ultimately about. What the mandate is truly about is if you have any type of ties to any kind of government money, period. If you're a subcontractor of a subcontractor of a contractor that gets money from the government for doing any kind of service at all, then your company is subject to these mandates.
Are you sure it's OSHA, dude? I really don't think OSHA can get involved in it. Are you serious?
You see, this all backs up to what we talked to quite a few months ago about the social credit score. This is part of the social credit score. Your company, your employees have to do what the government says, or your company cannot do business with all these other companies that have government contracts.
Yep, precisely. And they're mandating it at 100 personnel. 100 personnel in your business, and you have to follow these, or OSHA's going to hit you with a $14,000 fine per employee per week.
Oh, I thought it was per day.
Oh, it might be per day, actually. I might have my facts wrong there.
I'm not saying I'm right. I just thought it was per day.
It's astronomical, the amount of fines that OSHA is going to end up putting on workforces. And when they're hiring at freaking Flip a Burger for $20 an hour, why is anybody that's got a skilled trade going to stay in a skilled trade?
Well, that's the problem. Nobody wants to. You can find people. You can find people to work. I mean, there's a handful of like around here. There's a handful of kids that actually want to learn the trade. But other than that, good luck.
Yeah, and honestly, some of the guys, because I get a lot of temp workers. Lately, I've had a lot of temp workers, and I've been having to get rid of them. I think out of the 6 of them that I recently brought within the past 3 months, only 2 have made it so far, and
To
it's
be
really sad. I mean, they have all kinds of BS excuses as to why they're late or why they couldn't come to work or anything like that, and I'm like, um, when you originally talk to them, you tell them, hey, look, attendance is a real big thing here, because we're all part of a big team. So, if we're missing people, it's going to hurt us, it's going to hurt our
Businesses
production.
here have been giving a weekly bonus to employees that show up on time and every day they're scheduled to work.
Yeah. But then you shouldn't give them incentives for them doing the right thing. I just don't get it.
Oh, they need to get a product out, so they're doing what they got to do to make sure the people show up.
Mm.
To be fair, Mario, the only reason you haven't kept people is because you spent all your money on that big Milwaukee set not long ago.
Hey, man, there ain't nothing wrong with Milwaukee.
I didn't say
No,
there
but in
was.
reality, no, honestly, I don't think it's that. I think it's just the fact that, it's kind of hard to get quality employees nowadays. It's the hardest part of it all.
Hey, did that Milwaukee set come with somebody that knows how to use it?
Oh, shit. You do know I supervise. You do know I supervise Home Depot fucking workers, right?
Okay,
Home
that doesn't mean
Depot.
you know how to. Just because you're a
Home
supervisor,
Depots.
don't mean you know how to do it.
Oh, hey, just because you live in a farm doesn't mean you know how to farm, fool.
I know
Hey
how to
Mario,
farm.
you supervise the Home Depot workers or
I
workers that
supervise. I supervise everybody, bro. I'm
but
telling
no,
you.
let me
El
finish.
Jefe.
All the
Uh,
workers that stand in front of a Home Depot.
That's right, bro. I pimp them, bro. It's all good.
My
To be
brother-in-law is
fair,
a district manager. I'm going to have him look you up, Mario.
Okay.
Coolest mofo you'd ever want to meet.
Hey,
Mexican.
Scotsman, come on, he's a Guatemalan.
Thanks, Big Al. We love you, brother. Did y'all ever answer his question from before I had to step
About
away?
the spotting scope.
What
Yeah.
was his question?
He wanted advice on a spotting scope, probably, for some
Oh
long range.
yeah.
Today's, I think he should get some binoculars that, go somewhere around from 4 to 24 power. They got the rangefinder on them. Get the best of both worlds. Put them up on a tripod.
Yeah, but the whole idea is what kind of spotting scope is looking for. Because if he wants spotting scope to look for the holes in the paper at 400 or 500 yards, good luck. If you're looking for a spotting scope to shoot steel and whatnot, then you know what. Hell, I have a
there's
decent
some
one I can
spotting
send you to
scopes.
go.
It just depends on how much you want to spend, and how much. I mean, what the distance really is, man. You know what I'm saying? If you're trying to, if you're trying to get a spotting scope that's gonna, check your stuff at 500 meters, you're definitely gonna have to spend some money on that stuff, man. But I just think you should buy. There's so many damn good reviews here on YouTube. I'm sure you can find something out there, but I'm not an expert on that crap.
Just buy one of those Target cameras.
Target cameras.
Target cameras. They just show your target, and you look at your phone beside your shooting bench there.
Yeah,
It shows you where you hit.
that's probably the best the best thing. The eagle eye shooting has that. The only problem is if you want to start shooting at the different distances, you gotta go and move the camera every time. So
What the Desert Precision cams?
yeah,
Yeah, if you're just looking for straight good spotting scope, stick with good names. I mean, Leopold is like one of the first ones on my list.
You can probably find something good on wish.com.
Oh yeah, perfect, bro. Wish.com. Nothing says quality like Wish.com. Then you get it like 4 months later.
I just have Scotsman go down by the Target with the cell phone. And he tells me where I hit.
That's another way.
200 to 300 yards. Big Al's saying.
Yeah,
Oh.
that he says he has the Desert Precision target cam. That ought to get where he needs to get. But
Yeah,
I've never used a spotting scope. And
yeah, I would tell you, Big Al, if you're gonna buy anything that's got good freaking warranty, like Vortex. Like if you do anything wrong with that crap, you know they have a lifetime warranty, and I think there's another companies that have the same thing. You know, go with those kind of companies because that means that they stand behind their product, and they're not gonna give you so much crap if you do have a problem with it. That's just my suggestion.
Well, and Vortex does actually honor their shit too. I mean, it's made in China product, but Vortex backs their warranties, and I mean, you don't hear much grumbling ever of people that have had bad customer service with Vortex.
Not all Vortex is made in China.
Correct.
Val's doing something nice. Way to go, Val.
Always do something nice. I'm a nice guy.
Yeah, not all Vortex is made in China, but it's pretty decent equipment. And yeah, their warranty. I've heard of guys saying, "Yeah, I told them that I ran it over with my truck, and they sent me another one."
Yeah, that's the good thing about them. As long as you're honest with them, tell them exactly what happened, they will take care of it. That was one of the biggest things that I was told back in the day when I first met up with Vortex and the reps and stuff. Just don't lie to us. Be honest
I
with us.
learned that a
We'll
long
take
time
care of
ago
it.
I learned that with an expensive set of Cabela's binoculars about 12 years ago. There was this 12 power, and it was like 4 days before deer season. And I'm down there in the basement getting ready, and I dropped it on the cement floor, and it dented the eye cup in. I just called them up, and they said, "When's this hunt start?" Actually, the season comes in 4 days. They overnighted me a brand new pair, and all I had to do was stick the old set in the box and send it back.
That's cool. That's real good customer service there, man.
it
I purchased a couple binos from Nikon, and they're really good. I've had no issues with them.
My Nikon binos they're a fixed 10 power, and they're real small package. I really like them, and they are built really well. Here's a 25 to 75 by 70 spotting scope on Amazon for $60. With
That sounds like a waste of $60.
You know,
It
there's
comes with
more
its own red dot sight.
There's more uses for spotting scopes than just looking at pieces of paper to try to find bullet holes. They're originally designed for spot and stalk hunting and out west, if I'm not mistaken.
And they're really handy if you live next to a nudist beach.
You should be a better neighbor, Alan. You wouldn't need a spotting scope, brother.
Yeah. Just grab your cooler and your sunscreen and go to the beach, Alan.
You might want to learn to cook, brother. You know? Yeah. Think about it. They're not cooking bacon, man, and there's a good reason why. I mean, you go in with some bacon and you're the head of the whole commune, man.
I love those people that use their rifle scope as their spotting scope when they're out hunting. I just want to punch them in the face.
Yeah, but we've all
Oh,
done
Christine, Greg, reloading from the hot pot. Let her shoot his 40 cal. Gene, I'm telling you, you need to let her shoot the 10 millimeter. Screw that little neutered round.
Yeah,
and
don't
just,
don't. Why did you give her the bet caliber of the FBI? Give her a real man run.
Shh. He's trying to sell it.
Give her a real
That way
man gun.
you can get the money to go out and buy his 10 mil.
Ooh, Mark, good one, buddy.
10 millimeter, 44 mag, 500 Smith & Wesson. Come on, man. Stop being a pussy about it.
Wait a minute. Uncle Dan. Okay, I missed that. He said, that is what I do, Daniel. I don't remember giving Uncle Dan any problems today. Or if he's just talking about trying to sell the 40 cal to get a 10 mil.
That's probably what he's talking about. I don't think I see anything else.
Yeah. I was giving him some crap today on a comment, something about a Sasquatch sighting down there in Texas.
Mark Thomas is a bad boy.
J Doc picked up a new 10 millimeter. Nice.
Yeah, Uncle Dan spots with a scope. That's what he's talking about.
Yeah. Dan. Bad.
On private land, that's okay. But, yeah. On public land, that can not be, it can be frowned upon.
Now, if you catch your wife, using her rifle scope as a spotting scope, even if it's on our own property, and you see that, her using it on you like a spotting scope, that's her excuse. Is it going to be acceptable if you smack her upside the head?
No, that's your wife. That's never going to be acceptable under any condition.
Well, she said, "I'm sorry, I missed you," as she was reloading.
The only time I think about a spotting scope is I remember the movie Stripes. I remember the captain. He had freaking scopes, and he's looking at the female barracks, and girls taking a shower. It's like that was the only time I remember a freaking spotting scope.
So, Uncle Dan, I think if you hunt your own land and you use your rifle scope for a spotting scope, it ain't nobody's business but yours, bro.
Spotting them trespassers.
That's what I think.
Ooh, that rock right in front of his toe just exploded. Wonder how that happened.
We all are, Uncle Dan. If my wife ever finds out how much life insurance I have, I won't make it for the next week.
See, that's kind of where I'm lucky. My life insurance policy just pays right out to my brother. Goes to my brother and my nephews, and then all my guns pretty much get sold to send money over to them as well. There's one or two that have homes to other people, but for the most part, they'd all be going. Not that money's going to be worth a whole lot of shit here soon, so
How bad do you think? Oh, before I get into the question of how bad do you think ammo prices are going to be in 2022, am I the only one that saw the ridiculous subscription service that Federal Ammo was going to implement?
No, I saw that too.
Oh my God!
please elaborate.
So They wanted to do an ammo subscription service where you got 250 rounds delivered to your door every month. For 9mm, it was 37 cents a round. And there's a $300 cancellation fee if you don't fulfill the full year contract. They wanted a some sort of other phone. I can't remember what it was. That had to do with your phone number. It was ridiculous.
Yeah, they had a lot of stuff on there, and as soon as I saw it come out, they were getting so much flack for it because of how bad ammo problems have been. And then they do this subscription service. Oh yeah, they were getting so much flack.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
yeah, 37 cents a round is fucking dumb for 9mm.
Even with the higher price of primers right now, I'm still under 10 cents a round.
Because you cast.
Yeah. Yep.
Let me double check that price because I might be low.
So what is federal doing? I'm not.
So lock people into a certain price that you wouldn't think right in this today's market's all that bad, but they know
57.
which way the market's going to go because they're getting ready to flood the market or whatever.
I can see new gun owners buying that service right
Sorry.
away. Oh my God, what a bargain.
Sorry, 57 cents a round, not 37.
Oh, hell no.
So what's that equate to out for a box of 50?
I don't know, for 100 it's $50, $57. So
Yeah.
27.50.
That's 20, 23.50, 27.50, something one of those two.
yeah. I mean, I'm buying it for 28 cents a round right now.
Dan, that's a lot better, buddy, but it's still what? Almost twice what it was pre-pandemic. But let's face it, guys, we're not going to see anything like what it was before the pandemic for a long time.
Oh yeah, absolutely not. And my biggest question is, when is the availability of other cartridges going to start coming back more and more? Yeah, 9mm has hit my shelves pretty well. You can get steel case, brass case, nickel, whatever. It's still pricey. It's bound to be still pricey, but I still have yet to find any 357 or 44 mag.
Now, when are they going to start making large pistol primers again?
See, this
I ain't
is the
seen
thing.
none for over a year.
I honestly think, and we've said this from the get-go too, but the pandemic, obviously, pandemic, was done on purpose to start instituting stuff to cause problems. This is one of them, obviously. I honestly think there's a lot of places that are fine with what they have. They're just not sending it out.
Arms Core 357, 75 cents a round.
Oof.
I mean, I'll look around and see what I can find for you, Alan. But yeah, if you can load it, you're better off loading it. You know that. I mean,
Well, yeah, absolutely.
if
I'm
you
not quite set up for that.
if you need like 44 mag bullets, I can cast them up and send some to you.
Yeah, 357 is the one. 44. Yeah, I'd like to have some 44, but I was even a 357. I've just been like, come on, guys, get some 357 back on the shelves.
Yeah, I can get you some bullets put together, man.
1,000
The
rounds.
38 special garage guy mentioned 38 special. I actually have seen 38 special on the shelf. Not a ton, but some.
28 cents a round for 9mm.
Yeah.
44 mag. $0.99 a round.
That's insane. I think the highest I ever paid. Hold on, I can tell you what the highest I ever paid. I got to calculate it out. Hold on. The highest I ever paid back in the day was about 69 cents a round for 44 mag. $1 a round is ridiculous.
40 Smith & Wesson. Let's see what people are charging for a dead round. 34 cents a round.
Man,
Yeah, you don't want to see what they want to charge for 500 Smith & Wesson right now.
I'm looking it up right now.
I never
500 Smith & Wesson Magnum. $2.25 a round.
Golly. All right, just for shits and giggles, what is it for a 50?
For
a 50 cal rifle round?
Although that does really make me glad that I didn't pick up that 500 Smith & Wesson when I wanted to.
So you were saying you're not quite set up for 44 and 30. You're set up for 57 though, right?
I can convert the Dillon because 38 special is what you sent with it.
Yeah.
And for to do 357 Magnum with that, all you got to do is adjust your dies.
Yep.
Lead Bullet Junkie, I just hope you have a lot of pre-pandemic primers. I'm almost out of my pre-pandemic primers. I'm rotating them.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of places getting ammo back and kind of in stock, but their prices are just ridiculous.
Ammo Seek doesn't have a listing for 50 BMG.
Okay.
Oh, they'll have it on Midway and Natchez.
So 50 BMG ammo on Lucky Gunner is woo! For 50 rounds of loose ammo, $160.
Yep.
$320 a round.
That's ridiculous.
Yep. Absolutely nuts, man.
Whoa. $1.10 a round for 62 grain 5.56. The green tips.
Yep.
What a bargain.
They're up there. The cheapest I've seen them was, I think it was like 46 cents a round, something like that. I bought 1,000 rounds last year and found them. I forget where the heck I found them at, or earlier this year, and I forget what I paid for them. It was high, but it wasn't anywhere near what we're seeing now.
Man.
But, you know, figured it was better to have them, than not have them when I could get them. They were there.
Ammo Seek has it right now for 47 cents a round. M855. 62 grain. M855. Swiss rounds. 47 cents a round.
The one I need to find right now is 7.6239. I don't have a few boxes left, so but I gotta go down and see Daniel at some point anyway, so we'll see if the store's got any when I go down there.
Well, I
Thursday.
know everybody keeps talking about ammo and primers. What about powder? How's that looking for you guys?
I can't
I got
remember when I seen any on the shelf the last time.
As far as on the shelf, it's been far and few between. I mean, we've had some stuff out this way. I don't know how it's been the last few weeks. I haven't been down to Daniel's in a little bit, but
You still haven't sent me that list.
I did.
No,
I had two powders I sent you a while back.
let me check.
I need Bullseye and Unique.
$6.25 a box. So 31 cents a round for 7.62 by 39.
That's a hard round to load for because the actual brass that you need to reload with it is so rare.
Well, and that's, I haven't even got the stuff for that yet, but it is one that I would end up reloading. It used to be obviously steel case. You could buy it so cheap. Even now it's up there even for steel case.
It is.
But to be fair, it has gone. The price hike on it is probably the lowest percentage. So, because it was always 18 to 20 cents a round. Let's call it 20, 21 cents a round for the most part, even a few years ago. So it's only gone up 10 cents compared to everything else that has doubled or tripled. I have 2 or 3 ammo cans full of it loose, though. I mean, that's the one round I don't need any of.
I've never been infatuated with that round, and I don't. Not that I've got anything against it. I just don't have very much experience with it. My stepson has a rifle, but I never shot it much, and I bought him some ammo back in the day. But back then, heck, man, you could buy a box of 20 for $5.
Yep, the cheapest I think I've seen them is about 14.
It's a fun round, man. It's a hard hitting round for not a lot of money.
That's not bad right there. I'll have to check that out, see if they still got some. That's not bad. Yeah, it's a nice round. I like it. I picked up that AK a while back, and I like shooting it. I talked to Midas earlier in the week, and guys, pray for Midas. Midas is in the hospital again. He's having some issues with the medicines and stuff, so he is in the hospital. But I talked to him earlier in the week about AK mounts for scope and stuff like that because he's the guy to go to. So he recommended one to me. I got to pick that up and then figure out what scope's going on there and all that good jazz. But yeah, pray for Midas. He's not doing too good right now. Hopefully he gets better soon. But I guess he was having some problems with the medicines and stuff they got him on.
Thinking about getting a 7.62 by 39 upper for my AR, like an 8-inch or something, 7.5 or 8 inch just to play with. buy a couple of those C products mags that fit in an into the AR mag well.
Yeah, Target Sports for me has been hit and miss over the years. Sometimes they're good, sometimes they're really bad. They're kind of like cheaper than dirt almost in some aspects. When all this ammo stuff started coming out, they literally shot their prices through the roof overnight. Literally over a freaking night. And all the rest of it. It was ridiculous. But they're hit and miss as far as emails and answering you and all that. They are real hit and miss.
That sounds fun, Uncle Dan.
Yeah, if you guys are looking to building right now is probably the best way to go. Parts prices are still fairly low. And there's a lot of kits and stuff out there right now too that you can get.
I was gonna ask you guys, like, so for the if I want to go 300 blackout, I just need to buy the barrel, right? Everything else pretty much the same, correct?
Just get the upper. Yeah.
Build you an upper.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you could just switch the barrel if you wanted to, but you could just do an upper and just go back between them. But mark your magazines so you know what mag's for what. So
Okay.
you don't end up sticking 300 blackout into your 5.56 and causing yourself some problems.
No, I got you.
It'd be the same bolt carrier group because it's the same base on the cartridge. So.
Also, the only thing I need to change is the barrel, correct?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, you can change the barrel, but then you have to change the barrel back and forth. Where if you just get the whole upper, you just
Right. No, I get that, but what I'm saying, the bolt group is regular 5.56.
That's not bad at all right there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some mags and 120 rounds. That's not bad for $100.
Yep, 4 mags and 120 for $100.
Yeah.
Is that Magpul mags or what was it?
No,
US
those are
Palm.
US Palm.
So are they steel mags?
No, not US Palm.
So that's
Mario.
one issue. That's one issue I've had with my AK so far. Certain magazines don't fit it properly. So the metal mags seem to fit just fine. The Magpul mags seem to fit fine. I had a bunch of magazines that I got when I was at Mrs. Holsters, and only the metal ones would fit. All the other polymer ones seem to be wider at the feed lips, so it wouldn't go in.
What do you have? What do you have?
I got a Polish AK. It was a Polish rebuild. So they basically used parts kits and all the rest of it from potentially used back in the day. So it's all polymer furniture on there right now. I actually got a whole bunch of stuff a couple of years back from El Tanda. He had a big giveaway going on, and I won the AK package. And I finally got around to putting it on an AK. So yeah, it's all dolled up. I'll end up doing a video on it here soon, but it's all dolled up.
The worst AK mags I've found are the Croatian mags. Those Croatian metal mags, and what's that other one? God,
So the ones that won't fit are Tapco mags.
Really?
Yeah, they just seem to be a little wider, so they won't go in at all.
Yeah, I don't have a problem with Tapco in any of my AKs. I got like 75 of them.
Well, that was the thing. Like when I picked all this stuff up from Mrs. Holster, I was like, well, I'll buy some of the magazines as well because I plan on getting an AK at some point. I picked one up not too long later. None of the mags will fit, but the metal ones that she had.
Pro Mag, there it is. Warsaw said it. Pro Mag and the Croatian mags are the two mags I stay away from.
Okay.
Yeah, I have a couple Pro Mags. They're trash. Croatian mags I've had a ton of issues with, but yeah, actually I've had great luck with Tabco mag. Like I said, I have 75 of them of the Tabco slab side mags, and then I have probably another 20 of the standard waffle type ones. And then another, 20 or something, 20 metal mags, various metal mags. Korean. In fact, I've probably had the best luck with the Korean metal mags.
Okay. Daniel, you jumping off about it?
Yeah, I gotta go here. I'll be on the side chat. I just gotta definitely change positions here.
All right, man. Good to see you,
All
boys.
righty.
Feel better.
Thanks for having
we'll
me
talk
in.
soon.
Yeah.
Feel better, Daniel.
Bye.
Meh.
Yeah, y'all start talking about AKs and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, the Bulgarian mags are good. Romanian mags, any of the old or Eastern European mags are good, especially the older ones. If you can find some of the Romanian ones, those are good. But yeah, definitely stay away from pro mag.
Yeah, I've never really bought anything Pro Mag. Years ago, I just saw so many people having problems with them over and over. No matter what magazine they bought, they were just horrible.
Well, and these ones, US Palm, I don't think I've even heard of them before.
Oh, they're they're a pretty well-known company. They went under. I can't remember if they went out of business or just stopped making but US Palm, something happened where they stopped making mags or went out of business or something for a while. I don't know, maybe 5 or 6 years ago, I think. And then they came back out. I think one of the biggest problems with US Palm mags is they're difficult to take apart.
Well, they even on that particular website, they even have the Chiquita banana ones.
Yeah.
With the blue base plate and the yellow mag.
Yeah, I think Pro Mags is hit and miss, man. I think he just got lucky. They seem to be a real hit and miss company with their stuff.
What did I miss?
Just talking AKs.
Oh, okay.
My problem with most of the, like, I think US Palm mags or the X-Tech mags, they're like $20 or $30 a piece. And I just have a hard time paying that when I've had thousands and thousands of rounds out of $9 Korean metal mags. You know what I mean? I have a hard time justifying that cost.
Yeah. And I've heard nothing good things about Tapco mags. Just again, they're just a little bit bigger for whatever reason on certain spots, and they just won't go in.
Willie Bullet Man, he likes that big giant dingus hanging out on the front of his mag. That way he can actually index the mag, I guess.
Yep. SKS is on the list. I should have bought one years ago. I'm kicking myself because I could have got them for a stupid freaking price, and I'm kicking myself for not doing it.
Yeah, I got one of those. I don't really have an AK. I have a Sega.
I had a couple SKSs. I sold them. I hate them.
We bought crate loads of them at one point. I mean, literally, we bought crate loads. We had, I think it was 10 or 15 crates. Spent 3 days cleaning all the cosmoline off of them, all the rest of it. Don't ever do that in an enclosed room and use chemicals. It's bad. I can tell you from experience. But yeah, we got them for a stupid price, and I'm kicking myself for not buying one.
I'll tell you what gun I would like to have, and I would probably take it over an AK if they didn't have proprietary magazines, and that's the VZ58.
I'm kicking myself for selling mine. I sold it back when the market was crazy, and I sold it. And I wish I'd live in a free state where I can have the same one I carried when I was in Slovakia in the army, with a side folder and all that. On the one hand, yeah, they look exactly the same, but they're different mags. But the only reason why they're different is because they have a last round open. The little lip on the side, that's where the little thing goes that holds the bolt open on the last round. That's basically the only reason why they're different. But what's his name? Military Arms Channel, he just did a video on VZ58s and why they're not as good as AK and blah, blah, blah.
Well, there's obviously differences and all that other stuff. But as far as a fighting rifle goes, either one. But yeah, if it took AK mags, I would absolutely have VZ58s. But either way, I'll take the 7.62x39 for a fighting cartridge over the 5.56 as an intermediate cartridge.
Why?
Why?
Yeah, I'm curious. Why?
Because it's got better ballistics through hard barriers.
Okay.
Like windshields and walls.
Okay.
And we all live in urban areas. If I wanted to make a flat 300-yard shot, 5.56 is the way to go over 7.62x39, but you're not making flat 300-yard shots in town.
AK-74.
That's why I asked why. I was curious.
That's why.
No, the VZ58 with the side folder and all that, it makes for a really, really concealable, handy little thing, And back in the day, you could pick it up for like $600, and it would come with a leather case with a 4 magazine. That's what we used to carry in the army, and we had these stupid weak ass leather belts. And if you load 4 of those magazines full of freaking ammo and hang it over your belt along with the goddamn water bottle and other shit you're supposed to have, that fucking belt was twisting and turning. Forget it. It was a disaster.
So, other than someone scoring a firearm in a tool chest, did anyone want to pick up a firearm for Christmas or get any kind of firearm related stuff for Christmas?
I got a rifle rest. Caldwell rifle rest.
Nice. I didn't get anything firearm related this year, but I did get a pretty sweet ass knife from Val. Val sent me a Microtech. I appreciate that a lot. I've been carrying that thing since it showed up.
Well, you did mention you don't have one, so.
Yeah. I planned on buying one eventually. There's just, Bill's got to come first.
That one was actually meant for my 7,000 sub giveaway, but never really. I'm still far away, so I was like, "What the hell?" I'll make somebody happy. I'll call Rick. I'll have him buy me another one.
I was contemplating going out and picking up the Smith & Wesson 10mm. I'm still on the fence.
I've heard a lot of issues with it, so I would kind of generally, usually what I do anyway is I'll wait at least 6 months or so to a year and see what kind of recalls and stuff comes out, especially with like Smith and Ruger. For whatever reason, Smith, Ruger, and Savage seem to be very consistent whenever they release something. Recalls happen within 6 months.
Yeah, and I'm typical to do the same thing too. That's why you never see like the newest greatest thing ever from me, because I don't rush out and buy it. I want to see what's going to happen. It backfired on me when I did the 320. Is when I bought the 320. 2 days later is when they came out with all the recall crap.
Yeah, and that's one of the big reasons I won't buy right away. The only gun that I bought like that was back when the M9A3 came out from Beretta, and basically it's a tried and true platform, so I wasn't too worried about it. But that's the only reason why. If it wasn't a tried and true platform, I would have waited.
Well, and that's partially why I'm kind of on the fence with it right now, is because it's all based on the 2.0, the M&P 2.0. So it's very, very similar design all the way through.
I've heard they've got some extraction problems, and I don't know if it was a magazine issue or something. There was something else going on too. But extraction was one of the big issues that I was hearing about.
Smith and Wesson is dying. Even Lena Mitchell jumped the ship and went to sick.
Yes, Kingpin. If High Point made a 1911, I would go out and buy one today.
Absolutely not.
Well, it's a win-win no matter what. You're going to pay $200 for a 1911. If it works, you have a $200 functioning 1911. If it doesn't work, you have a really great video you can make.
I have another brick in your arsenal.
So I'm guessing if the Glock make an AK, RTT will be all over it. I just stumped him.
He's thinking of the best way to answer it.
No, I'm thinking about something I've said about Glock before, and that because there's a handful of people out there in the internet world that have said they're waiting for Glock to make an AR-15, and I say no, just keep making what you're good at, and I think that, and that's my theory on many gun companies, like Mossberg makes a really good shotgun, right? Whatever that fucking MC2 or something that they made pistol that nobody has talked about since it came out, just stick with what you're good at. And if Glock came out with a rifle, I don't know that I'd be clamoring to buy it. I'd probably wait until the second or third generation to see if it was any good.
I'll tell you, you got nothing to worry about because that's what Glock does. They just keep doing the same thing.
Well, Mad, my G45 is at the FFL. I'm waiting for my amendment, so you'll be proud of me. I'll have 2 Glocks now.
Oof. Mossberg makes a pretty good bolt action rifle too.
Oh yeah. That, what is it called, a Patriot or something?
Well, they have several, but the Patriot's the newer line.
Yeah.
And, but the ones I like better were, I think they were Mark 7s. They were the ones that were out before the Patriots. The Patriot's a good rifle, but it seemed like those older ones before that line came out were just a little bit beefier, a little bit more accurate gun, more solid.
Well, I'll tell you what, you can bash the High Point, but the couple of videos that Demolition Channel did, Demolition Ranch did on High Points, when he tried to kill them and he couldn't, he's probably the best salesman for the High Point at this point.
I've had two C9s, two High Point C9s, and those things were unstoppable. Ugly, heavy, low round count, made of shitty material. You know, if you're going to shoot it a lot, you're going to shoot it out quick. Yes, those are all horrible qualities of it. But
Gotta love the cast
I could
iron.
not stop that damn thing.
Cast iron pistols, baby. Way to go.
Hot metal, Mario. But those pistol caliber carbines they make don't seem to be that bad.
They're not. They weigh a ton. I've said it before. Redbird 491. I shot hers in 40, and when I picked this thing up, I'm like, this is the dirtiest gun I've ever held in my life. She's like, yeah, I don't want to clean it. I don't need to clean it. She's like, run it. And I ran that thing hard, and it took everything I threw at it. And it was surprisingly even accurate.
Oh, High Point, like the C9. I've never shot the 40 or 45, so I wouldn't know. But the C9, super accurate gun.
Well, 99% of the guns are going to be a lot more accurate than the shooter anyway. So,
oh yeah,
it's really not the gun. I mean, I seen guys shoot freaking a Glock 17 at 25 yards in a 1-inch freaking square. So, stock gun. It's it's not a gun. 99% of the time, it's a shooter. It's just when that extra 1% counts, that's when the gun comes into play.
Yeah. Yeah, most guns are far more accurate than the shooter is.
You know, Thorzak's preaches that on here all the time on our stream too in the side chat, and people talking about, well, my Glock or my Smith & Wesson or whatever the case may be is not really that accurate. He's not wrong. He shoots unbelievably, but it's like, how do you know your gun's not that accurate? How do you know how accurate you are? And yeah, I would tend to agree that before I'm blaming the gun for my inaccuracies, I'm checking myself first, and then I'm checking my reloads, checking my ammo.
90% of the time, 95% of the time, it's the shooter. So it's whether it's trigger placement, finger trigger placement, whether it's flinching, whether it's not using their sights correctly in proper position, in proper grip, you name it. Usually it's the shooter.
Okay, so here's the question: stopping power.
No such thing.
I had a discussion with a cop at the gun store, and he said he's seen the pictures. He was in the situation. He's seen the guy with half the head blown off and still won at the guy. And that's the reason why he straps a freaking 45 on him every day, and that's what he carries. I really, science don't lie. You hit the, central nervous system, and you take the freaking computer out. The rest follows. So that's kind of my philosophy. Like they say, the 22 in the head is better than 45 in the foot.
Real quick, before we continue going on that route, Scotsman, does your AK have rivets?
Let me get it out the safe real quick, and I'll double check. I don't remember.
Let's say you would know if it's stamped or milled. They're completely different feeling guns.
All right, give me 1 sec. I'll grab it out the safe.
The whole caliber debate, stopping power, seems to only ever get brought up with people that shoot 45. Am I wrong?
Not 45. It's the people that don't carry anything that doesn't start with 4. And don't take me wrong. If you live in Alaska, you'd be dumb not to carry a 10 millimeter because there's a good chance you run into goddamn bear before you run into somebody trying to rob you. So you better have something that can freaking deter the guy. But then again, wasn't there a case in Alaska where the guy shot a grizzly bear with a 45, but it took him like 2 max?
Well, there's also a case in Alaska where a guy shot a bear with a 22 and killed it.
No,
Shot placement.
no way.
It was all about shot placement. Bear actually opened up his mouth and he shot right into the roof of his mouth and it went right into his brain.
No way. I don't
Killed the
believe
bear.
this. No, you better find the fucking article and send it to me. I call bullshit on that.
Okay, so what was the question again, Matt?
Does it have rivets?
No, they're all pins, from what I can tell.
Those are. There's no head of a rivet on the side of the receiver.
There's 2 that look like rivets. The rest of them always look like pins.
Above the mag, above where the mag goes in,
Yeah,
is
that looks like a rivet.
is the side of it looks like it's milled out with a square.
Yeah,
Really? So you might have a milled receiver.
yeah, it's milled. Yeah, it's got a little. Yeah, it's got a little square there. Yeah, looks like it's milled out.
It would be a lot easier if you turn the camera on.
Yeah, hold it real close so they can't tell it's a gun.
Yeah, well, can't do that either. Yeah, we can't do that. But yeah, no, I'll do a video on it here soon. You guys can tell me how much of an idiot I am and don't know. Because again, it's one platform I really don't know that well. So, but yeah, it looks like there's rivets, and then the other ones look like pins. But it does look like it's milled out. Yeah.
You all freeze?
Kinda. We're still in Christmas coma, aren't we?
Yeah. I gotta go to work tomorrow. It sucks. Monday again. What the hell?
Hey, it could be worse. You could be Scotsman and have to go to work tonight.
Oh man, that sucks.
Yeah. I mean, it could be worse than working alone all week. So,
Like what the hell do? You have to go to work on Sunday night. What, like you work at a Chip and Dale club? Are you dancing over there, or what the fuck?
man, I'm in a steel plant. I run the presses that make all the parts. So I
Parts
run
for what?
for propane tanks, gas
Oh.
propane tanks. We do all the fire stuff too, all the specialty tanks for the fire departments, all that stuff.
That sounds like a hard work.
It can be. It can be. Our biggest tank weighs about 450 pounds that we make in the plant. The first job I had one of the first jobs I had when I was there was working on the load side before I went back into the press room, and I had to roll tanks all night long, and I was basically rolling 350-pound tanks all night.
Yeah, but you were rolling it, so it doesn't matter.
That's tough work, man. You roll that all night long. It's tough. Tough on your hands, tough on your back.
Okay, so why are you doing shit at night? What are you, like a vampire?
I don't mind working at night. I don't have to deal with people, man. I literally see the one guy I work with on the same shift, which this week he's working second shift. I have to deal with a couple people on the weld line every now and then. And then I see my boss at about 5:30 till 7 o'clock. That's it. So literally I deal with no one.
So you got no day life.
I stay up most of the day usually when I get home. I'll stay up till about 3 or 4 usually. I don't go straight to bed unless I'm feeling like crap.
Yeah, Scotsman's one of those freak shows that can sleep 3 hours a day, and that's too much.
He's like X-Ring. X-Ring's like that. That motherfucker can go 2 days straight with a 3 hour sleep. And I kid you not, I saw it. I've been with him. I mean, he even said himself, he sleeps like a 3 hours a day on average. That's it. He said he went, he had studies done and everything, and they just told him, just you're one of those people, you know. I mean, he's an awesome guy. Don't take me wrong. I mean, the guy will give you shit off his back like a Scotsman. You know, he'll help you out any way he can. But it's like, holy mother of God. No, I need my 6-7 hours at least.
Yeah, I wish I could get 6-7 hours. I'll tell you, the only thing that having the virus did for me was I slept. I actually slept. The day I felt better is when I stopped sleeping again. That's how I knew I was better. I stopped sleeping. Literally, my sleep schedule is just all over. I can run on 3 hours.
I wish you'd get more sleep, but we've been talking about AKs and variants and stuff like that. And somebody said 17 flavors of AKs and all that. And yeah, man. But I want y'all talk about that stuff. Y'all know all that stuff, but I want to talk about something that I'm excited about just for a minute. I know we're fixing to have to go, but the first Remington made, the first Ruger made Marlin lever action rifles actually hit the shelves just before Christmas, and they were model 1895s and 4570 and 444 Marlin. Anybody got any thoughts about that? I'm really excited about it myself.
That sounds absolutely phenomenal. I hadn't even heard about those. I typically get every bit of news through Ruger, but no, that sounds phenomenal.
The 444 Marlin is basically it's a lengthened out 44 Magnum, so it's a thumper of a round, and I'm pretty excited about it. Michael, I didn't hear that, but I would guess, if I had to guess, I would say, I think the MSRP was $849, but I think they were hitting the stores for around $100 to $75 less than that. So $750, $775, somewhere around in there. J-Dog, Marlins, back when Marlin made Marlins, their quality control was not an issue. The Remington made Marlins suffered quite a bit. Yeah, they did. I think the Ruger Marlins are going to be much better, and one of the reasons I think so is they're doing hammer forged barrels, buttoned rifling, the Ballard type rifling, like basically it's going to be a barrel made like a Ruger American Predator, and that's what they're going to be using. And so no more Marlin microgroove barrels, at least for a while. So Foco Loco, sorry you're not interested, man. That's to each his own. Yeah. Freedom Group's gone now, though, guys. They've run their course and they've shot their wad and they're gone by the way of the dodo bird. Any thoughts, Mario? No. Not a lever gun guy?
No, I've always wanted a Henry. I just haven't really had the opportunity to buy one. I'm never really shot a Marlin or anything like that. But I mean, I love them. I love the nostalgic look about them, and how they function. That's to me like the things that I enjoy about firearms is the mechanics of it. So yeah, I really enjoy
Very
it. I just don't
elegant
have
and
one.
simple.
Yeah,
Very elegant and simple, right?
I like the old Winchester rifles, man. You know, like the old school ones, like 1897 or something like that. 18. I forgot the model number, but yeah, I love those old school lever Winchester rifles. They're so badass. I wish I could afford one, but those are probably museum pieces now.
They can get up there, man. There's some really nice ones out there. The old Winchesters. I've seen a bunch over the years. I was never able to afford one. Not the old ones, anyway.
Well, yeah, Warsaw was talking about the originals or Winchesters are better. Yeah, but in a way, yes, I'll agree with that. But in another way, no, because what I didn't like about Winchesters is the way they ejected straight out the top. And if you're a hunting guy, and that's pretty much the design of lever action is for hunting, the Marlins ejected out the side, but the Marlins were first. I meant the Winchesters were first back in the 1800s, and of course Marlin didn't come around until what 1895, I guess. But yeah, my two Marlins, I've got one in 30-30. Both of them are 336s. One's made in 1974, one's made in 1980, and I really like those. Those are the original ones with the JM stamps, and I like them. But I will not, like Poco Loco saying, uh, and like Scotsman said earlier, I'm not going to run out and buy a Ruger made Marlin tomorrow. We'll give that a year and a half at least and see. See what they come out, how they are holding up, and if there's any. Henry nowadays, Warsaw are basically Marlin. When Henry copied the Marlin design as opposed to the Winchester design, and the inside of the rifles are a lot different between a Winchester and a Marlin, as Scotsman will tell you.
Yep, absolutely. Lots of big differences for sure. Nothing like an old school lever action, though. I do plan on getting some more.
I am too, and I'm glad they did too, Ocean. I think
only
Ruger's
got-
got the capital to invest and make them right.
I did shoot a friend of mine. Let me borrow his Martin. I think it was a 30-30, and man, that thing was nice. It was just really, really accurate, And
30-30 is an excellent ROM, man.
Isn't
Yeah.
30-30 be supposed to be like equivalent to 7.62
Yep.
at 39?
Yeah, but
basically?
the ballistics are pretty close.
Yeah, it's just it's a soft point and round point, whatever the hell, because of the tube feed issues.
Yep.
Yeah, he actually had me shoot some Tenorite out of it. I was like, ooh, that was pretty cool.
I really want one lever action in the 45 Colt just because I got pistols in 45 Colt, and I only got the
Yeah.
brass.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah, absolutely.
45 Colts on the list, and I want some big bore stuff, like real big bore stuff. But one of the rifles I want, just starting price, starting base model before they've done anything to it, it's like $2,000.
What's that?
I'd have to look it up again. I forget what the name of that one company is. Jamie, you remember what that company is called?
No, I don't, but I remember the one you're talking about. It's basically a handmade custom lever action rifle. And yeah, the cheap ones are $2,000.
Yeah, I'd have to look it up again.
You can do the same thing with a 1911. Some of these custom made 1911s get ridiculous really fast, but man, I bet they shoot great. But 30-30 is such a sweet shooting, very low recoil. Can think about what it is. It's a lever action gun with two barrel bands around it, and it'll still shoot a minute and a half at 100 yards. So that's pretty cool. Killed more deer than any other caliber, or any other cartridge in America.
Bighorn Armory.
That's it.
So you can look them up, but they're pretty much custom guns, like Jamie was saying, and their base model price is like $2,000.
Hey guys,
Pretty done anything else to it.
whatever happened to Weatherby?
They're still out there.
They still make rifles?
Yes. And the prices have come way down. You can get a Weatherby Vanguard with a synthetic stock for $600
Interesting.
in a variety of flavors, cartridges, calibers.
That's interesting.
And if you're going to hunt deer or elk at, say, 500 yards and in, I'd recommend the 270 Winchester. I would not recommend 6.5 Creedmoor for actually killing animals at range, at 400 to 500 yards.
Damages them too much?
No, 6.5 Creedmoor is a little bit lackluster on the power at that range on that heavy of an animal, in my opinion.
It's really not about the cartridge. It's more about the bullet that you use. If you use the right bullet, I mean, 6.5 Creedmoor is basically a 308 on a steroids. It does everything 308 does, but better. As long as you use the right projectile for it, then I don't really see a difference. I mean, you would kill a deer with a 308, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely.
So it's the same scenario. As long as you're not using a freaking a projectile that's meant for long range shooting, up to 1,200 yards or whatever.
Oh man, that's my pet peeve. Don't do
you
that.
mentioned Weatherby and talking bolt actions, and it just really, really made me think. One of my few dream guns is a Weatherby Mark V. It's a 300 Win Mag basically, and yeah, they're just a little pricey, just a smidge. I mean, I could buy a truck, pricey. But one of
yeah, but I think Weatherby's actually
one of my dream guns, actually.
Yeah,
and it's a Weatherby.
Yeah. No, Weatherby used to make really, really good rifles, and they were like one of the few companies that was actually still in California. And I remember it was a big deal when they left the state. I forgot which state they went to, but yeah, they've always been known for that high price, real, awesome shooting rifle. So
I mean, to look at the thing, it doesn't look anything special. It's got, just wood furniture, and it doesn't look like anything special, but yeah, that would be if I was ever actually able to get into that market, yeah, it'd be a Mark V Weatherby.
Some of the wood you have on these rifles, the finish is just so incredible. It's really cool.
Well, that's like you get in the shotguns like over and unders for like a competition shooters when they actually have the gun made for them, the cheek rise, the tilt, and all that crap, and all of a sudden you have a over and under that costs $10,000.
Yeah, I can see that. I think a lot of the U.S. Olympians actually have their guns are all custom made, but I think
no, not U.S. Olympians. I know guys that never been to Olympics and they have guns like that.
Are you serious? Wow.
Oh yeah,
that's crazy. $10,000 for a shotgun over under? Wow.
Over and under shotgun, $10,000, easy.
Oh yeah, I've sold a few of them over the years. I had one, forget the model it was. I bought it and forget how much I paid for it, and I flipped it within 2 weeks and sold it for like $6,500.
Yeah, Matt doesn't care unless it's a Sega. he's not interested.
All right, so Matt, I sent you a couple pictures. I think you got them. How stupid am I?
Oh, that's stamped.
That's stamped. Okay.
Yep, that's a stamped receiver. Yep. Okay, so I see what you were seeing. So that indentation above the mag well,
Yeah.
is there for when you put the mag in, so the mag doesn't wobble side to side.
Okay.
That's to hold the top of the mag straight. In milled receivers, all those little dents and holes and all that stuff that's all through there, and all those rivet holes, in a milled receiver, none of that would be there.
Okay.
None of that would be there. And that indentation would look more like a milled out square,
Okay.
like a machined piece.
Okay. I got you.
And yeah, that's absolutely a stamped.
So
Yeah, they
professional
have-
amateur, I know it's been a little while, but when doing 3-gun, what shotgun were you running?
The last time I ran Beretta 1301. I wind up getting Benelli M2. Just ordered the extension tubes for it, and I kind of ran it through X-ring, like if I should get like a whole blown mag, the bolt lightning work done and all that crap, and he said it's not worth it. And that's one person that I believe. He pretty much said just get the extension tube and open up the loading port and get a couple of the chokes for it. That's about all you need. I mean, gun comes with the chokes, but you need to use the wrench, so it's easier to get like a chokes where you can just change them with your hand. And because at the 3-gun matches, you come to a situation that you're gonna debate like what to use, which chokes depending on the stage. Opening up the loading port. I'm still not 100% convinced that it's so much better gun than the 1301, but the accessories for the Benelli are out there. Opposed to 1301, Beretta is kind of iffy, getting the longer barrels and whatnot. But I guess we'll see. We'll see what next year's gonna bring. Hopefully, with a bit of luck, I'll shoot a couple of more big 3-gun matches next year with the Beretta. So I'll let you know. I did shoot a X-Rings Beretta actually. I shot it down at the Farmageddon, and I was surprised. Like he's got a 1022 sight, rear sight milled in a rip, so you flip it up if you got to take like a long shot. And hitting like a 10-inch steel at 100 yards was no problem with that thing.
Scotsman, I didn't see it in the picture, but does your AK-47 have a folding stock then?
No, it's a straight stock.
Okay.
It's fixed. That's fixed. The stock that's on it is Phoenix Technology. The grip is a Phoenix Technology grip. And then most of it is Radom. So it's, like I said, it's Poland, imported by Inner Arms.
Well, the Phoenix Technology stuff, that's what I've been running on my my 870. It's held up really well. I mean, that thing sees a lot of abuse. It gets thrown around and dropped and tossed, and that furniture is held up really well.
So far, it's holding up great. I haven't had any problems with it. Like I said, the only thing I had was the mag issue, and I just got to find various different mags that'll work better. That's all. That's
Okay,
really the
so-
only problem I had with it.
So Matt, here's a question: would you rather have an AK or AR with the two different uppers. Let's say 300 blackout and 5.56.
It depends on why.
Okay, you can't have any other fucking gun. You gotta pick one. Okay, the Arizona Democrats decided you gotta get rid of all your rifles. You're only allowed to have one.
I would, if I was only allowed to have one, an AK or an AR with the unlimited uppers, I would take the AR with the unloaded uppers because then I can have multiple different guns. I can still get a 7.62 upper.
No, you can't. It won't work with the lower.
Yeah,
No, you won't.
it will.
No, because the 7.62 lower is different.
No, not 308, 7.62 by 39.
7.62 by 39. Yeah, it's different.
No,
Nobody made a lower that can take AK mags.
no, but they have AR style mags that take.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, C Products makes a mag that's
Yeah.
has a curve to it that fits in the AR mag well.
Yeah, C Products make quality mags. I've used some of their stuff in the past. They make some good stuff.
I'll say I used to have one. I used to have a Colt Sporter lightweight. It was 7.62 by 39 AR.
So basically, you're saying the AR is superior to AK.
How did you get that out of that?
Hell, you had a choice and you picked AR, so
I
AR is
chose-
superior.
No.
I
What he ultimately said is that it's more versatile.
Well, you say versatile. I hear superior.
All right. We need to start going through the room. I gotta go get ready for work. So we're gonna start going through the room. Paul and Chris, what you got, man?
Who's both curious? Oh, that's me. Never mind. Okay. I got nothing. I got some old videos I'm trying to put together so I can throw something out there. I got a few other things in the works. Hopefully next week my Glock 45 will show up and I can finally bash it. And yeah, that's about it. That's just, I got too much going on at work, trying to build some houses, make some money before this whole goddamn market collapses.
Okay, so I got a video for you can do for Matt, and let's see how many malfunctions you can get in under 5 minutes. We got 10 out of his.
But do it after, say, 10,000 rounds without cleaning it.
Yeah, no. That's
still
just
happen.
That's a hearsay.
It still happen. You can't make excuses. Jamie, what you got, brother?
I'm going to try to do a video this week on all the shotgun stuff I got in here and start showing a little bit of the shotgun loading. I don't know if I'll be, obviously, we probably can't do any reloading videos, but anyway, if y'all not busy on Friday nights, give us a shout. Drop by Georgia Shooting Connections Friday nights at 8 o'clock, and we'll have a pretty good time. Thanks for having me, and appreciate the link. I always enjoy spending time with you guys on Friday night, on Saturday and Sunday night. What is today? It's the day after.
Always a
Thursday.
pleasure to have you, man. Always a pleasure.
Thanks, man. Don't work too hard tonight.
I don't intend on it. Battle Beam, what you got?
Well, first of all, thank you guys for having me here. I always appreciate it. Nothing much going on, man. Just working away, and I need to start doing some more reloading and casting because it's nice and cold, and I need to take advantage of it. So, but yeah, other than that, I'm just if I don't hear from you guys or don't see you guys, have a great New Year, guys. Enjoy yourselves. Please don't drink and drive. Don't do anything stupid. All right, that's all I got for you guys. You guys take care of yourselves, and I always appreciate the invite.
Awesome. Thank you, man. Appreciate it. Matt, what you got coming up, buddy?
I've already got last 2 videos of the year. They're on deck, ready to publish. Actually, while we've been talking, I've been uploading my first video of 2022. And let's see, I have a 1 to 6 and a 1 to 4 LPVO to review. I have a 3X. Hey, nope, not on the keyboard. Fixed 3-power prism scope to review right now. And I have 4 giveaways coming up.
Awesome.
So that's what can be expected here very soon.
Awesome. Always good to have you, man. Appreciate you.
And AKMs are still AK-47s because nobody gives a fuck.
It's we've had an awesome chat tonight. Lots of good conversation. Lots of great people out in the side chat. And it's been blowing up out there, and I appreciate you all out there for sure. Again, I hope everyone had a great Christmas, and I hope you have a great New Year. And with that, I'm going to throw it over to Alan to take us out.
Yeah, right on. Well, glad everybody had a great Christmas, at least that we know of. Please keep Midas Welby in your prayers. It's been a very, very good chat. I'm very glad everybody's been able to come in this week. This week, I do plan on trying to film a video, believe it or not. But other than that, keep the magazines loaded and one in the chamber.